Welcome parents, friends, staff, guests, and special dignitaries to the virtual commencement ceremony for the GDHS class of 2020. My name is Vanessa Hasty, English teacher at GDHS, and with me this evening is Ryan Pursuti, Student Success Lead at GDHS. Together, we have the pleasure of being your Masters of Ceremony this evening.
Just like this year, tonight's ceremony will be a celebration like no other. As a staff, we know our students have worked hard over the past number of years, and although the events of this year have challenged us in ways that we never imagined, the class of 2020 has shown their resilience in these difficult times.
Before we start this evening, we ask that you rise, if you are able, for the playing of O Canada.
As part of the Halton District School Board's commitment to our Indigenous people, and as a gesture of thanks and appreciation for these shared lands, we honor the traditional land and territory that we sit on today.
Halton, as we know it today,
is rich in history and modern traditions
of many First Nations and the Métis.
From the Anishinaabe
to the Attawandaron,
the Haudenosaunee,
and the Métis.
These lands surrounding the Great Lakes
are steeped in Indigenous history.
As we gather today
on these treaty lands,
we have the responsibility
to honor and respect
the four directions:
land,
waters,
plants,
animals,
ancestors
that walked before us,
and all the wonderful elements
of creation that exist.
We would like to acknowledge
and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation
for sharing their
traditional territory with us.
Today is a very special day that marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next. It is a time of joy and celebration. This ceremony is about celebrating the successes of our students. It is our proudest moment as teachers, staff, family, and friends to see each one of them recognized for their hard work and dedication.
This year, the class of 2020 has over 300 graduating students, over 250 of whom are on track to be Ontario Scholars.
We would now like to introduce our first two speakers this evening. Ms. Jean Gray, Halton District School Board Trustee for Halton Hills, who is here to bring greetings from the Board of Trustees, followed by Stuart Miller, Director of Education for the Halton District School Board, to offer congratulations from Senior Administration of the HDSB.
To the 2020 graduates, parents, family members, and staff and special viewers, it is my pleasure to bring greetings or congratulations on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the Halton District School Board. To the parents, guardians, and extended family members viewing this celebration, wow, where did the last 4 years go? Like your son or daughter, you have looked forward to this celebration for 17 years or more. Through these years, you have watched your son or daughter mature into a caring young adult. Your support, encouragement, and nurturing through the highs and lows and many challenges faced have made a world of difference in the lives of your son or daughter. You are to be congratulated for your guidance, patience, and unconditional love in ensuring that your son or daughter successfully completed their secondary school diploma. And now to the graduates. This celebration recognizes your achievements and designation as a secondary school graduate in the province of Ontario. This milestone has been one on the minds of everyone who has supported you on this journey. Again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we would like to take this opportunity to wish you good health, happiness, and continued success in all of your endeavors. We hope you enjoy all of the freedoms that come with the summer months ahead as you look forward to the next leg of your journey as an Ontario secondary school graduate. May you celebrate your graduation, remembering special memories from your past and exciting dreams in your future. Good luck and best wishes, everyone. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to thank you today and to wish you all the best as you graduate from high school and the Halton District School Board. I fully appreciate that this year has been extremely challenging for you. There's been many impediments thrown in your way. Yet, you've overcome those. You've shown what you're made of, and you've stepped over those impediments to get here today at your commencement. And we wanted to give you the best commencement we could. We understand that this is imperfect, and it's not how you would have envisioned it, and we are so very sorry for that. But we wanted to give you a send-off that's befitting of the work you have done and all the efforts you have done in your schools, both in academics, in sports, in the arts, and just being a good person and being a friend to your friends and being a good student and a friend to your teachers and your assistants. I also want you to thank your teachers and, of course, your parents and families. You wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for them. So give them an applause and give them a clap. So on behalf of the senior team, that's all the superintendents of all the schools and the corporate superintendents, I'm here to say thank you for all you've done. And I wish you so very much the best as you go out into the world, and whether it's post-secondary, university, or college, or you're entering the workforce, thank you. You will make a difference and will have a better society because of you. Thank you.
Our next speaker is here to speak on behalf of the entire staff of Georgetown District High School, Mr. Mike Gallant, Principal.
Good evening, Georgetown friends, families, faculty, and most importantly, our reason for being here in this virtual celebration, the Georgetown District High School Class of 2020. This is not the expectation that we had for a commencement ceremony this year. Grads, when you first entered high school as a grade 9, this certainly isn't how you foresaw June 2020 rolling out. We expected that we were going to be together in one big room, watching, listening, and cheering for one another in a show of support for an accomplishment well earned. Unfortunately, that's not our fate. But isn't that often the case in life? Isn't that a part of setting goals and then making them a reality? We set down for ourselves an objective, diligently work towards it, only to find that when we arrive at our goal, things have changed. What we hoped for is different somehow. Sometimes in ways that disappoint us, sometimes in ways that leave us pleasantly surprised. At times the journey changed, other times we did. It's important when these moments arise to take measure of that which we value, the manner in which we show it. Graduation is an accomplishment. This graduation ceremony, well, it's the formal recognition of that accomplishment. Although our means of recognition this year may be different than normal, this does not mean, graduates, that your accomplishments are any less meaningful. To get to this milestone, you had to work, to persevere, to sacrifice, and to rely on yourselves and others. Your friends and family have been with you every step of the way, encouraging you, caring for you, mentoring you, taking great pride in your efforts. At the center of all that work was support, respect, and love, and all of those feelings remain. It is that sense of family and community that makes graduation special. This evening, I want you graduates to thank those special people in your lives. Just as I want those special people to look at you, tell you how proud they are of you, how much they love you, and how they can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish next. Although much has been taken of commencement, and even taken out of the last semester of your high school, much abides. The respect you've earned from your friends, your family, and your faculty, the strength of character you've developed, the sense of pride that everyone takes in witnessing who you've become, and the hope that we all feel in dreaming of the great things that you have yet to do. Whether we celebrate together or apart, these things remain, and they always will. It's just one more chapter in the book that is your journey. While this chapter was not written exactly as we would have hoped or expected, it is nevertheless written. Having finished this chapter, you now turn the page, move on to the next. And as you are writing the chapters that follow, I know that despite what life may throw at you, no matter how you're challenged by time and by fate, you will remain strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. That is the spirit of GDHS, and you embody it, you represent it. Seek out those opportunities that help you grow, to learn more, to connect more. Find those moments in which to follow a path that allows you to make this a better place. It's a tumultuous time. It's a scary time. It's a time in which we may be upset, worried. The state of the world as it's been handed to you is, as it has been for previous generations, a difficult one. But just as previous generations have found a way to work and to make things better than what they found it, I know that you too, GDHS grads, will figure out the exact same challenge. As you're working through this, please remember, take a pause, deep breath, and make a memory, because those memories are going to become your treasures, just as you have become ours. Class of 2020, I wish you all the best as you move forward to the challenges that await. I wish you calm seas, fair winds, and a keen eye on the horizon. Stay strong, stay connected, and stay in touch so that we can continue to celebrate the wonderful people that you've become.
It is now time for the recognition and celebration of our grade 12 students. Found in your copy of tonight's program and listed on the screen are certifications that some of our students have earned, including French Immersion, Core French, Business Education, International Baccalaureate, Specialist High Skills Majors, Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Programs, and our Community Pathways program.
These programs demonstrate the variety of academic programming Georgetown offers, making us a truly composite school that is reflective of our own community. Now, without further ado, here is the class of 2020. Michael Abrahamsey, SHSM, OYAP. Daniel Acton. Alexis Agostino. Praveen Aklimana. Alexander Allen, SHSM, OYAP. Ewan Allen. Lexi Allenot. Josh Armstrong, SHSM. Noah Armstrong, SHSM. Kyle Ash. Jay Ashley. Zach Avermedes, Business Certificate. Grace Ayers. Benjamin Bailey Hamilton. Jamie Baird. M. Baker. Travis Baldwin. Cole Berriger. Jennifer Bouchard. Tanvir Badisha. Leah Bello. Sasha Bennett. Allison Bennett. Blake Bernier, Business Certificate. Rose Bertrand. Riley Beth Stiles, SHSM, OYAP. Samuel Burke. Sean Bolt. Avery Bond, SHSM. Christine Braun. Connor Brearley, Business Certificate. Cassidy Brooks, French Immersion. Samantha Brooks, French Immersion. Tucker Brooks. Michael Brown, Ryan Brown, Jaden Bryla, Alicia Burberry, Hannah Burt, Isabel Casey, Business Certificate, Jaden Casey, Daniela Caldwell, Grace Cameron, Rachel Cameron, SHSM, Haven Camillo, Abby Carney, Hannah Carruthers, Kaylin Karskadin, SHSM, Joseph Catalano, SHSM, OYAP, Andy Chan, Tori Chandulal, French Immersion, Cyrus Chang, Janet Chang, International Baccalaureate, Caden Clark, Sarah Clark, Alexander Clark, Carly Clark, Blake Cole, OYAP, Daniel Camo, Business Certificate, Gavin Conroy, Spencer Cook, Mitch Coombs, Shannon Coos, Lauren Corkum, Ryan Costa, OYAP, Gabrielle Costello, French Immersion, Mason Cote, Corson DuPont, Brendan Dara, Eleanor Davenport, SHSM, Holly Davis, Nathaniel Dawes, International Baccalaureate, Claire Dean, Bradley Dennis, SHSM, OYAP, Arjun Desi, Business Certificate, SHSM, Tiger Dillon, Business Certificate, Matthew Dobbin, Ryan Docker, Michael Douglas, Jasper Downey, Tanis Drover, SHSM, Declan Drummond, SHSM, Carly Duffy, SHSM, Kent Dunscombe, Dylan Duffy, Samantha Eardley, Chase Earl, Curtis Olinsky, Core French, Olivia Elliott, SHSM, Jamie Emery, Josh Emerson, Aiden Evans, Diego Falcao, Business Certificate, Connor Fitzgerald, Scott Foote, Jack Fountain, Ashley Fournier, Claire Francis, Darren Furlano, SHSM, Ali Furlot, Carter Gadbois, Abby Galloway, Hayden Galloway, Maddie Gander, Michaela Geddes, Alex Gazwaldi, Hunter Gibson, Brooke Giles, Risa Gladwish, Ryan Gourlay, Carlene Graham. Kyle Graham, Project Search. Abby Gray, French Immersion. Patrick Gray. Anarin Greenslade. Adam Griffin, SHSM. Rachel Grimaldi. Jaden Gunn. Jade Haggerty. Colin Hamilton. Spencer Hamp. Sage Hack, SHSM. Sydney Hack. Jonathan Haraprasad, French Immersion. Natalie Harris. Ryan Harris. Tabitha Hart. Colton Harvey, Business Certificate. Sarah Hay. Ben Haymond. Alicia Hepburn. Eric Herman, Business Certificate. Max Hervia. Grayson Hicks. Bryce Hillock. Ashley Hobbs, SHSM. Emma Hobson. Christine Hoskin, SHSM. Megan Hoopy, SHSM. Remy Huber, SHSM. Kobe J. Hughes. Connor Hughes, SHSM. Lauren Hunt, SHSM. Elise Hurley. Maggie Hush. Bailey Inglis. Rachel Ironside, French Immersion. Danielle Jackson, French Immersion. Ella Jackson Brown. Callum Jameson, Business Certificate. Haley Janvrin, Core French, SHSM. Tyler Janvrin. Matthew Jarvie, SHSM, OYAP. Jacob Joel. Jessica Johnson Anderson. Simon Judah, SHSM, OYAP. Noah Karolitis. Anastasia Kazniowska, Business Certificate. Braden Keating. Mitchell Keefe. Jacob Kelly. Brendan Kennedy. Emma Keogh. Saif Carradine. Ahmed Khan. Tasmia Khan. Megan Kilpin. Madeline King, French Immersion. David Kisliak. Nicholas Cleefish. Holly Clute. Zoe Knights, French Immersion. Alexander Coops, OYAP. Juliana Coops, Business Certificate. Spencer Koshan. JP Koziak. Natalie Kuyumjian. Hunter Kraus, Project Search. Sam Kraus, Business Certificate. Hannah Kroll. Paige Kunica. Spiros Kyriakoulias. Gabriel Labonte, SHSM. Ethan Lawrence. Michael LeDuc. Nathan Leibel, Jay Layton, Evan Leonard, Heather Lindsay, oh yeah, Neve Lockwood, Zoe Lockhart, SHSM, Aidan Lofto, Grace Lounsbury, Owen MacArthur, Paige McCauley, French Immersion, Declan McCormick, Stuart McDonald, Ian McEachran, SHSM, oh yeah, Christian McInnes, Jackson McCore, SHSM, Madeline McGuire, Holly Mayhew, Sydney Mancuso, Micah Minot, Nate Mara, Rachel Marrows, Andrew Martin, Corey Martin, Owen Matan, SHSM, Alyssa McDonald, Caitlin McDonough, Liam McIntyre, Samantha McKelvey, Lauren McLennan, Michael McNamara, Leah McPherson, Brecken McWilliams, Cale McWilliams, Katrina Medenblick, Emily Meldrum, French Immersion, Jack Nishi, Liam Mills, Rory Mills, Rory Mitchell, Olivia Moneypenny, Kate Morris, Bree Morrow, SHSM, Alex Moyer, Riley Muse, Isaac Mulhall, SHSM, Laura Mikhalchenko, Alexander Nedinovsky, Sadie Nelson, Dusan Nenatovich, Maria Nenatovich, Milica Nenatovich, Kennedy Norman, Talon Okranik, Madigan O'Leary, Natasha Osler, Tony Pacheco, Kyle Parker, Abby Patey, Jack Payton, Madison Payne, Steve Pete, Madison Pellert, Aaron Pepper, SHSM, Jordan Pereira, French Immersion, Nicholas Petrovic, Eric Picard, French Immersion, Malcolm Poitras, Valedictorian, Victoria Pope, Ashlyn Power, Ethan Regbier, Jacob Requeno, Ethan Rasmussen, Aidan Rattray, Will Ray, Kathleen Reedman, French Immersion, Jack Reed, Business Certificate. Jordan Rice, Business Certificate. Callum Richardson. Aidan Riddell. Emily Robbie, SHSM. Braden Robinson, Business Certificate. Jaden Rojo. Maya Rojo. Naya Rolfe. Emma Rondilla. Kayla Rosine. Ethan Rutherford, SHSM. Noah Ryder. Cameron Rikazewski. Haley Sabatino. Neil Sakaria. Justice Salazar, SHSM. Gemma Samuels, Business Certificate. Pallavi Sandhu. Joshua Sarmiento Nieto. Mitchell Scarlett. Sarah Scarlett. Kevin Schmidt, Business Certificate, French Immersion. Marvin Schneider. Curtis Schuler. Christian Sell. Hunter Sharon. Adam Shaw. Michael Shelley. Kieran Shepard. William Shepard. Jacob Sherman, SHSM. Regan Sinden, French Immersion. Jessica Sermon, OYAP. Ty Slade. Jillian Smedema, SHSM. Maxwell Spear Reams, SHSM. Brody Spencer. Dylan Spencer, SHSM, OYAP. Sarah Spraggett. Braden Sprickerhoff. Sarah Steckley, International Baccalaureate. Carson Steiner. Cole Stevens, SHSM. Teddy Stevens. Christina Strachan. Owen Strawn. Aidan Stranahan. Jacob Sunnix. Matthew Swan, Business Certificate. Jemima Swainer. Samuel Swintack. Devin Talbot. Hannah Tassone. Austin Taylor. Bryce Teakle, SHSM. Jade Terrell. Nicholas Thiem, SHSM, OYAP. Ryan Thompson. Evangelia Tensiglidis, French Immersion. Charles Tondat. Justin Toth, SHSM. Grant Trail. Ian Treffry. Simon Trimble. Melissa Tripp. Nicholas Salpouris. Haley Vanderdrift. Ariana Veras, French Immersion. Sam Vicencio, French Immersion. Nathaniel Vihos. William Wallace, SHSM, OYAP. Shannon Waller. Bridget Walpole, French Immersion. Jason Weisbrot, Business Certificate. Liam Welfare, Jocelyn Whittle, French Immersion, Kainar Wajaja, Jenna Wilcox, SHSM, Morgan Wilcox, Paige Williams, Shane Wingfield, SHSM, OYAP, Cameron Wise, Karina Wong, International Baccalaureate, Ryan Wood, Blake Wood, SHSM, OYAP, Tommy Woods, Luke Woodworth, Jessica Yo, Davis Young, Jake Santh, April Zhang, French Immersion, Charlotte Zilstra.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the entire class of 2020. Please give them a large round of applause for their hard work and dedication throughout high school.
This next part of the ceremony is often the highlight for many graduates. It is a time where one of our very own students is awarded the prestigious opportunity to speak on behalf of the entire class.
It is a chance for all of us to pause, reflect, and remind ourselves of how far you have all come. We would like to introduce your valedictorian for the class of 2020, Malcolm Poitras.
Hello to anyone watching, my name is Malcolm Poitras, and today it is my pleasure to be representing the graduating class of 2020 as valedictorian in video form. Now, I'm supposed to keep this video around 3 minutes, and I'm going to try my best to do that. 4 years ago, we walked through the doors of GDHS, all with some list of expectations on how we thought these next few years were going to go. Now, some of those expectations were met, some of them were ignored, some of them were denied, and some of them were not even expected at all. For many of the people that I'm talking to here today, I know that some of these past few years may have been the hardest of their lives, and I've even known a number of people who might be surprised to even see themselves here today, unfortunately. Some of these past years have been tough, but it does not get easier from here. This year, we become adults. Now, we'll all meet that bar differently, of course. Some of us will go off to school, some of us are going to work, some of us just need a minute. These years have been trying, to say the least, and we've all learned more about ourselves because of them. Some of us have learned hard work, strength, compassion, empathy, constraint, courage, optimism, and love. Many of us have learned lessons that can't be taught in school, lessons that we'll remember for the rest of our lives. However, I will not talk to my graduating class as if they've won. Not for a second will I sit here and pretend that you've reached the end of some long line. I respect you all too much to pretend like high school was the only thing that you've had to beat in your lives. This year we become adults, and on average, most of us will be working for over 40 years of our lives before we stop again. What I do want to talk about in this speech comes from the effect that this world may have on us. Much of my time in high school was spent trying to foresee what I was going to be in the future. Now, as much as I'd like to see the future, I, like everyone else and their mothers, cannot. But what I did see in these past few years has certainly given me a little glimpse as to what that might entail. That glimpse has come in the form of many people walking through the streets of Toronto, driving through a Tim Hortons, or coming back from a hard day's work. On too many of these faces, I see people who have learned to only focus on the workday ahead of them, why the person in front of them isn't walking faster, how bitter their coffee's going to be, or a multitude of other daily grievances. These faces that I see, they don't hold the vigor, ambition, the love or general happiness that I see in you guys, my classmates, all the time. These are faces not concerned with what could be, but rather what is. And these look like faces of people who seem to have stopped caring. Our generation is one of the first that has learned to grow up accompanied by the infinite injustices of the world only a tap away. That constant state of reading or watching one morbid headline or video after another is a stretch on how much empathy a person is able to give. My fear is that we will all become too comfortable with these stories and give up on empathizing with them. My fear is that our generation, like so many others before us, will stop caring and resort to, just getting through the day rather than living in it. So, as one person speaking to you before the rest of your adult lives, I would ask one thing of you. Never stop caring. No matter where you are, no matter where your lives take you mentally or physically, never stop caring. The injustices of this world, they come from the conceptions of sheltered communities. Injustices that are allowed to continue, they never come from the broken beliefs of one group or person, no matter how hard you'd like to find one person or group to place that hatred upon. The societies that allow for these broken systems to exist are ones that are filled with people who will never look towards a problem because they have forgotten that problems like this do not have to be endured or dodged or ignored. They are societies that are filled with people who worry only about their one specific foreseeable future. I ask you to never stop caring, because I cannot ask you to march and scream, I cannot ask you to run and hide, and I will not ask you to hate. I ask you to never stop caring, because as long as you have something to love, to live for, and to believe in, you will always be able to live the life of the person your childhood self looked up to. You'll be able to turn that infinite stream of morbid news into reason to live better, and you will always be able to turn yourself into the example of how you envision the better world to be. I ask you to never stop caring, because if I know that you will continue to care, I can rest easy along with everyone else, knowing that tomorrow will be better and brighter than today. And I hope it will give all of you that same hope as well. So finally, I ask you, when we go forward into our futures and we are inevitably met with the tedious hardships and tests of endurance, do not think to hate, because hate only breeds more of itself. Instead, love what you can and never stop caring. Thank you all so much for these past few years, and I wish you the best of luck in yours.
Thank you, Malcolm, for speaking on behalf of your fellow classmates this evening. The staff of Georgetown District High School wish you and all of your peers our heartfelt congratulations. Well done.
It's hard to believe that you have spent these many years together as a group. There are so many positive memories and experiences that we have shared together. In some ways, I'm sure it feels like just yesterday that you walked through the doors of GDHS and made your way into grade 9 orientation. And in other ways, I'm sure that it feels like an eternity ago. Between that day and today, there are thousands of memories and experiences to reflect on. Cherish this place and those memories for years to come. In fact, we've put together a trip down memory lane that highlights some of these special moments. Take a look.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. When we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on think about now, can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end. And suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Georgetown District is an amazing place, one that we are all proud to call our school. The reputation of the school is built on its rich history, and now you are all a part of that proud history. You have the world ahead of you and so much potential. The class of 2020 is truly reflective of who we are as a community. To close our ceremony this evening, we'd like to introduce you to Ms. Stacy Farrell, Vice Principal, for thank yous and some closing remarks.
It takes a community to put together an event like this, and at this time, in this year of 2020, community is more important than ever. While this may not be a traditional way to celebrate, that in no way lessens your accomplishments or memories of the years you've had at GDHS. I find great joy in the many ways you have been celebrated over the years at GDHS. And there's innovation now in how you are celebrating and how we are celebrating you. And what a great way to head into the future. Innovators out of the gate. Despite the physical distance between our community, there are so many people who worked so hard to make this possible. To the tireless work behind the scenes of Mrs. Bruce and Mrs. Petty to make sure everything was just right, and the rest of our office staff, we say thank you. To the tireless support of your teachers, EAs, counselors, and coaches, we say thank you. I personally want to extend a thanks to Mr. Pursuti, Mrs. Hasty, and Mrs. Clark for their leadership in organizing this event this evening. Finally, to all the families, what a journey it has been for you as well. Family comes in all shapes and sizes, and no matter how you define family for you, once you are part of a family, you're all in this together. Thank you for trusting us with your children. They are now prepared for an amazing future in exciting new fields that didn't even exist when these young graduates were born. Think of how much more the world will change because of them in the next 17 or 18 years. Class of 2020, we wish you the best.
Thank you, Stacy. Now, Ms. Farrell is not the only staff member who wanted to acknowledge and honor the class of 2020. Your GDHS staff members want you to know that they're thinking about you and wish you well in all of your future endeavors.
Before we end this evening, we want to let you know essential information about your report cards, transcripts, and official diplomas. Due to the ongoing school closure, we hope that these official documents will be available for pickup at GDHS sometime this fall. Please monitor the GDHS website in the fall for details. Finally, Semester 2 final report cards and final marks will be emailed to families by school messenger in early July.
As our ceremony draws to a close, grade 12s, wherever you are this evening, please stand right now to recognize your family, staff, and your peers who have supported you during your high school years. And now I have the pleasure of presenting to you the class of 2020. Congratulations, everyone.
Our ceremony has drawn to a close. Thank you for your participation this evening. Congratulations again to our grade 12 students. We wish you and your family a wonderful evening.
Stay safe, everyone. Good night.